Yeah. When it go down, yo, it's crazy. Gonna see if the sound and audio works well this time. Look, this song was not a part of my plans, but I feel like speaking on this is just my job as a fan. We try as hard as we can, trying to conjure a plan to carry on in advance, just to have another legend of ours get shot where he stand. This is more than a picture you take and drop for the gram or a Twitter topic of rants. Lost in a trance, they plan to put us in jail from the time you flop an exam. Now we think that masculinity means a Glock in your hands. We wear lost as a brand. It's not the stock of a man. What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We trying this again, man. I know the audio was a little crazy last time, man. We're gonna see if it works this time. Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear the beat? Can y'all hear the music? I'm new to going live on YouTube. I don't know if they flag you for music or yo, Regina George. Now we got Collie Squally in here. Yes, sir. Okay, so everything sounded good so far. Okay. All right, so look, I'm gonna try to do what I did last time. So if I play a beat, or something, we're gonna see if it like throws it off. All right, does this beat sound choppy or does this beat sound like clean when y'all hear it? Like, it sound fire on my end, but I don't know how it sound over there. Are we good? We good? All right. Okay, there it go. There it go. See? I don't know what to do about that though. See, y'all can hear me, but not the beat. I don't know what that is. If there's somebody that like goes live on YouTube, somebody gotta like give me the keys to success on that because I have no idea what that is. Like I never feel old till I get on YouTube. You know what? Maybe, bro. What if I what if I turn off this speaker that's by the phone? All right, can y'all hear the beat now if I just use that speaker? Like I don't know how well that sounds. Yeah. Nope, not any better. Yeah, bro. But see, that's why we testing it, bro. That's why we here, cause you know what? They got lighting and green screens on here. See, I never feel old till I get on YouTube. Like I don't even know what I just did. That was kind of hard though. Do I ever stare in the mirror for a long period of time to see my reptilian self? Nah, bro, I never did that before. Roku, nah. Still nothing, still nothing. But look, even while it's not working, I want to say first off, what's up, everybody? I hope everybody's week is starting off great. Monday is my favorite day of the week. I know that sounds nasty to some people because it's the least favorite day of the week because they have to go to work. But for me, it's kind of like I don't know, it feels like a New Year's resolution, but every week, you know what I mean? Or almost every day, man. Like I get excited about waking up each day, bro, you know? It's another chance to just try it all over again, you feel me? Yes, bro. Monday. It's the start of the week, man. It's the start of the week. Like you don't wake up on Mondays and you're just like, yo, I could do anything this week. Like it like all starts over. I could just try again. You know what I mean? Dropping an album or mixtape. So yeah, I am working on a project right now. But because I've been like on a hiatus for a long time, I don't want to just drop little sprinkles here and there. I want to be able to drop consistently. So I've been working on a whole bunch of songs outside of like a project. But there is a project in the works as well. Um because there's some ideas that I definitely want to get off. You know what I mean? But yeah, I know it's been a while, bro. I thank you for still being here for so long, man. I wanna thank you for still being here for so long. But it was a much needed hiatus, man. Like I feel way better about making music and where I'm at. Just mentally in general. than I did before. So it was definitely necessary. Um, I don't know how any of this works. What is this? Okay, that turns the camera off. All right, I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning, y'all. Don't come for me. I'm not old, I swear. I'm just trying to figure out how YouTube works. Apparently, YouTube is the platform that's supporting artists and creatives the most. So uh yeah, I don't know what it is with the music, bro, that it doesn't like. Hey, it's playing a classic. Oh yeah, also for those who've been asking, this past week on Juneteenth, I did a live performance. I haven't performed in a while, so that felt good, but it went really, really well. I'm waiting for them to send me the footage for that so that I can send that out. Because I definitely want to start documenting the journey more, you know what I mean? Like we're actually back, y'all. Like we're actually back. I don't plan on like disappearing into the shadow realm again. You know what I mean? I definitely want to build a relationship with everybody. Um, so what's the favorite song you ever put out? Ooh, favorite song I ever put out. That's hard. Sheesh. It might have to be between Real Talk. Ooh, that's hard. I really like Real Talk. I really like the song When a Goat Dies. I like that a lot. Dang, that's hard, man. Cause I like songs for different reasons. Cause there's songs that I like because they're personal to me, but then there's songs that I like because what I did lyrically, but then there's songs I might like because of what I did conceptually. You know what I mean? So that's tough, bro. And you might, man, you just asked me a question I might have to think on for a little while. But the one that came to my head first was Real Talk because I think that that's the first song where I wasn't overly thinking about how nice I was, like trying to prove how nice I was. It wasn't about anybody else. It was just straight up my story. You know what I mean? Because when I first came out and released music, first I was just rapping over other people's beats. And my whole thing on my mind was, I'm trying to show everybody that I'm the best, like one of the best, you know what I mean? Um, and then, I got big, started getting big off of No Chill. And No Chill is it's lyrically dope, but I'm talking about Yachty, I'm talking about the new generation of hip hop. But Real Talk was the one that I put out and it was just authentically me. And I think that that's the first song that I put out that was like that. Let me see. I don't know why it's blocking some of these. Yep, going to the good. Hey, yo, my friends actually make fun of me for that because I still to this day wake up every morning at 6. Like I still do that. I kind of feel like I have to now. But I still wake up every morning at 6, and my friends make fun of the fact that like to make garage rhyme, I kind of had to like warp the sound a little bit. So it's like morning at 6, going to the garage and then sit recording the mix. It's like nobody says I'm about to put my car in the garage, but even if you say it straight, it still works. But that's lyricism for you, man. That's that's the craft. I really wish that like the song sounded good, man. I wanted to do a breakdown of my high off life. Let me see. I love Real Talk, but I really love Big. Hey man, I was actually skeptical about putting Big out. When I first did Big. Um, yeah, exactly. Orange door hinge. But yeah, I was actually a little skeptical before I put Big out because Big was the first song that I felt like moved me in a direction away from what people got used to me for doing. And I kind of felt like if I released that song, it would kind of be like if Taco Bell started selling soul food and mac and cheese and shit. Like you'll be confused. You'll be like, no, 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 no. You told us you do tacos. So like, why are y'all trying to sell me, telling me I can get collard greens? Who knows? Taco Bell might be good at collard greens, but y'all get the analogy. So that's how I felt at first before I put out Big. But then I don't know, bro. I feel like that I mean that's pretty much what the hiatus was for. You know what I mean? It was like I kind of went through like a bit of an issue with identity at that time because I knew what I started building my fan base off of. I hate the word fan. Started building my support system off of, but I also know the kind of music that feels authentic for me to create. And Big was really fun to create. It felt real to create. It was easy to create because there was no pressure of trying to be something I wasn't. So I don't know. I've adopted the mindset that like if you're an artist, you don't have to be confined to one way of creating. To me, as long as it's dope, as long as you make sure that whatever you do, you're good at. If it's art, then it's art. Like, and I think that people only do that with music. You know what I mean? It's like nobody goes to an art installment and says, okay, there's a sculpture by this artist, there's a painting by this artist, there's an oil pastel, there's a sketch. And it's like, nah, he should just sketch. It's like, well, what if they just wanted to express something in a sculpture in a way that they couldn't by sketching? You know what I mean? And it's like, why can't we do that same thing musically? Like, we all don't just feel one thing all the time. There's days where I feel like I'm the best rapper in the world and I want to get on a beat on that kind of time. And then there's days where I have something to offer and bars isn't gonna always get that across. You know what I mean? So I rather put it that way. And I think that that's what's been giving me peace of mind, even with the stuff that I'm creating now. You know, let me see. What are some tips to get better at rap? Let's dope. More money, more problems. Most people don't catch that. That's kind of a bar because like more money, more problems. My problems are still big. Big has a song called More Money, More Problems. And the whole song is about like how the more successful I get, like in life, the more guilty I feel because I wish all of the people I care about can be there with me. You know, I'd love to see you on a song with Joyner, to be honest. I would love to get on a song with Joyner, man. But I wouldn't even, to be honest, Joyner's one of those artists where I wouldn't even necessarily want to get on a song with him bar wise. I mean, if he wants to, then of course. I would want to get on a song with him more so like conceptually. Like I like how he does storytelling, you know, he does things from like the perspective of something, you know what I mean? Like he might rap from like the perspective of a thrown away plastic bottle to talk about pollution or something. So like, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't be against doing something like that. That'd be hilarious. I ain't mean to diss him like that. That's funny. Um, but lyrically, I mean, if he wanted to get on that kind of time, then that's fine. But I think he really excels more in his ability to storytell than he does as just being a pure like I'm just like one of the nicest lyricists ever. Um, so and I think people just immediately think that if two lyricists get on a song, it has to be about trying to rap the hardest you possibly can. And it's like there's that, but then it's like we can also just make a dope song too. So I'll be open to that. You say I got some raps on my page. I'd appreciate some criticism. Sure, man. I mean, look, if I was to really give you the like some cheat codes on rap, I actually planned on like writing a book about this too. I actually have like a draft done. And it's called The Lab. You know what I mean? But the biggest thing I would say that changed everything for how well I became at rapping is understanding that words are just sounds that we give definitions to. That's really all a word is. Like if I sit here and I say the word gleepa, that means absolutely nothing to anybody in here, but it's only because it doesn't have a definition. But if I told you that a gleepa is a greenhouse, now I can make a bar out of it. I can use it in a sentence, and now nobody's confused. I can say like, "Eureka! Success is what I feel we're on the brink of. Got so much money in my pocket, it looks like a gleeper." And like, I just made a bar out of a word that I just made up a few seconds ago, right? You know what I mean? Like, got so much money in my house that it looks like a gleeper. I think might go buy something that whatever, right? And the reason why that's such a powerful thing is because when you realize that you're not really rhyming words, you're rhyming sounds, it just opens up possibilities. Like, so you can change the entire way that you rap a verse just on how you pronounce the verse. Because if you change the pronunciation, you change the sound. And if you change the sound, you've changed the amount of words that are possible to rhyme with. You know what I mean? Sometimes people get writer's block, and it's like, no, it's not that you can't come up with anything necessarily. It's just you've locked yourself into a sound that's more limited than another sound. Just change the way that you pronounce it. You know what I mean? And then now it can be something else. Like real quick, I'm gonna just give a quick example and then I'll get back to talking to everybody else. Um my freestyle over what's free. When I started the verse and I said, we're free to carry a Glock and Ruger, but there's not enough Martin Luther marksmen, shooter prosecutors. You don't think freedom is an option, do you? You're only really free once they put you on the ground and they drop petunias. So that verse originally started with me saying, I'm talking to you. And I still could have did money. I mean, schemes and motifs with talking to you, walking it through, acting like I'm not the goat is something that we're not finna do, popping at you, then pop at your crew, whatever, hop in the booth, right? I could have did those, but all I did was change the pronunciation. So instead of saying talking to you, I said talking to you. Same exact words, same exact number of syllables. Talking to you, talking to you. But talking to you allowed me to say Martin Luther, marksman shooter, that, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to you. We got too many pompous losers and park intruders trying to kill my dreams like the marksman shooter that shot the rule gave Martin Luther. I've got the opportunity to hop into a studio and spit this doctrine to you. You're corrupted like cops in uniform. I'm about to pop it, whatever. So like, but those are rhymes that wouldn't have been possible if I would have just stayed with talking to you. And all I did was change the pronunciation to I'm talking to you. That's why I try to tell people, yes, you're rhyming words, but you're really just rhyming sounds because that's all words are. They're just sounds that we give definitions to. So I would say play around with how you pronounce things that you're saying and increase your vocabulary, right? Um, not because you're trying to be smarter, right? I want you to understand why. Increase your vocab because if you increase your vocabulary, you've increased the number of sounds that you have access to, right? The only way that I was able to rhyme Martin Luther and marksman shooter with drop petunias is because I know what a petunia is. But if your knowledge base only knows flower or daisy, you wouldn't have even known that that was an option that you had. But because I know the sound, I know the word petunia, I was able to fit that in as a puzzle piece because it was a part of my knowledge base. I hope that makes sense. Um, but yeah, so don't even think about it like I'm collecting vocabulary. Just saying, no, I'm collecting sounds. I'm collecting sounds. And the more sounds you know, the less you'll get stuck when you write anything. You know what I mean? So it makes things way easier. But I am writing a book about this though. I want to be able to share my perspective on lyricism in that way because I've never heard anybody explain it in that way. So look out for that. Look out for that. Be on the lookout. But I really wish that this was working because I wanted to do a breakdown of my high off life freestyle. Freestyle. I like to do that because there's a difference. But yeah, I just don't know how to get this to work. Like I know Mickey Fax goes live all the time and he plays music and it plays just fine. I don't know how he's doing it. Um, Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I will have that up sooner than you think. Hopefully, I'll have it out before this year is up, maybe sometime in the fall. Because the outline is pretty much done. I just got to figure out how I want to roll it out. I even want to have like a workbook that kind of goes along with it, that kind of emulates what I was doing to get better at the craft. So I think that'll be a lot of fun for people to do. And heck, maybe I can go on live more and then we can talk about it. But yeah, I wanted to do a breakdown of my high off life freestyle because a few people asked me, and then there's sometimes I say bars that I feel like people they might completely miss, and it just might give you like a glimpse into how my mind works a little bit more. You ready to hop on a song? You can sing on a hook of mine anytime. Come out of retirement. Um, I don't know who would be excited about this like I am, but I just heard that Big Daddy Kane plans on releasing his final album. So that's fire. That's fire. See, look, I like that because I can't remember who I was talking to about this. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we have in hip hop culture that doesn't exist in like other genres that I think that we should just let die, right? Like I don't see why older older artists should like stop touring like ever. Like do that shit till you can't no more. Like anybody who's like a rock and roll legend or a country legend or something like that, if they still have the voice to do their original music, they are like championed in their genre. And we're like the only one that's like, no, you have to be relevant and cool and influential, in the way that, a specific, to a specific demographic and stuff like that. Like I think that's lame. I think that that's cool that he can do that. Um, so I would like to see more people do it. I like to see Rakim do it, Big Daddy Kane. Um, who was I just talking about recently? I mean, R.A. the Rugged Man still does it. You know what I mean? LL, I'm pretty sure he could do it. So I think that there should be more of a presence and a place for them to do their stuff. Let me try this, man. Let me try to play this freestyle. Let's see what happens. And y'all tell me if this sounds like mush again. And we'll see what happens. Uh, let me see. Y'all let me know if this sounds like mush.
TV is Mike Sick, half man, half amazing, half Filipino. The Messiah to my right, my brother Justin Freeman.
Yes, sir.
The lyrical superhuman. Let's run it back, baby. Let's go. High off life.
Rest in peace to my big brother Jay Smooth. Now that I've paid dues, make room. Each line ingeniously crafted. When I'm done with this track, there's nothing leave in the past tense, right in deity fashion. With every verse. Hey, I can be heard. Okay. Okay, cool, 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 cool. All right, cool. All right, so this should be fun then. This should be fun then. So I'm gonna do a breakdown. I might do like a bigger video of this too. Maybe I might like record this and then put a video out so people can get it too. So I'll just start from the beginning.
Let's make room. Each line ingenious.
Yeah, I say a lot of words. So
Let's go. High off life.
rest in peace to my big brother Jay Smooth. Now that I've paid dues, make room. Each line ingeniously crafted. When I'm done with this track, there's nothing leave in the past tense, right in deity fashion. Okay, only the vocals. Okay, so that beginning part, for those who don't know, 2 years ago, one of my brothers passed away. He was a rapper as well. We all came up rapping, and he went by the rap name Jay Smooth. So I wanted to make sure I started and ended this whole thing with paying respect to my big bro. So that's why I said rest in peace to my big brother Jay Smooth. Let the beat breathe for a second. Then now that I've paid dues, make room. Each line ingeniously crafted. When I'm done with this track, there's nothing leave in the past tense. Nothing leave in the past tense is just a super Justin complicated ass way of saying there'll be nothing left because the past tense of the word leave is left. So I'm saying when I'm done with this track, there'll be nothing leave in the past tense. There'll be nothing left. So that's just me being complicated as hell. Don't kill me. um, no, this isn't acapella. This is over the Chains and Whips beat by Clips. So Malice and Pusha T. But I guess that YouTube system filters out beats, I guess, or music, I guess. But yeah, when I'm done with this track, there's nothing leave in the past tense.
With every verse my hands touch, I ain't trying to knock. With every verse my hands touch, I ain't make room. Each line ingeniously crafted. When I'm done with this track, there's nothing leave in the past tense, right in deity fashion. With every verse my hands touch, I ain't trying to knock nobody, but y'all not stand up. Y'all trying to make a bib look cool. Oh Jesus, guess it's up to a gent like me to tell him to man up. Go and
All right, so now this I wasn't expecting many people to catch. I think I'm only seeing like 2 comments maybe that got this. Yo, 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 love from Zimbabwe, love, RPJ. Thank you so much, bro. That means the world. So this game, so for those that don't know, I study like religion just because I'm interested in it. I think that it's like one of the biggest questions you can try to uncover, what's out there, what's bigger than us, what is it, what isn't it? You know what I mean? Things like that. So I set up that whole scheme by saying I write in deity fashion with everything's my hands touch. For those that don't know, a deity is a god, right? So I write in the fashion of a god with everything my hands touch. I said, I'm not trying to knock nobody, but y'all not stand up. For those that don't know, the Hebrew version of the Bible is called the Tanakh. That's what the Hebrew version of the Bible is called. So that's why I said, I'm not trying to knock nobody, but y'all not stand up. Y'all trying to make a bib look cool. Like y'all trying to make a bib look cool. Like y'all little kids. But bib look cool sounds like biblical. Y'all trying to make a bib look cool. Oh, Jesus, Jesus is obviously a figure in the Bible, but it's also an expletive. You know, we always say like, "Oh, Jesus Christ, oh God." So it's like one of those. "Oh, Jesus gets a Septuagint like me to tell him to man up." So the Tanakh is the Greek version of I mean, it's the Hebrew version of the Bible. The Greek version of the Bible is the Septuagint. But Septuagint sounds like Septuagint, like it's up to a gent like me to tell them to man up. And I'm using all of these biblical and religious terminologies to go back to the thing I started with saying I write in deity fashion. So I hope that makes sense. I know that's a lot of stuff like I know it's a lot crammed in there. I write in deity fashion with every verse my hands touch. I'm not trying to knock nobody, but y'all not stand up. Y'all trying to make a bib look cool. Oh, Jesus gets us up to a gent like me to tell him to man up. So let me see what else we got.
To tell him to man up, go and rewind. Poetry lines, no one stands up. Chancer gets what I plan to put on this canvas. I'm amped up.
All right, for those who poetry, right? So in poetry, you know, you have lines, and then a group of lines in poetry is called a stanza. That takes you back to high school literature, you know what I mean? A group of lines in poetry is called a stanza. So I said, go and rewind poetry lines. Nobody stanza. Chancer gets what I plan to put on this canvas. I'm amped up. So stanza, nobody stands a chance. So you know, did that and then completed the sentence. Let me see.
Mama always wanted me to flourish. Now I'm so high that even the ceiling is feeling flourish. But yeah,
So then I said, I'm amped up. Mama always wanted me to flourish. Now I'm so high that even the ceiling is feeling flourish. Like I'm so high that the ceiling feels like it's even that feels like it's something that's beneath me. So it's I forgot what the technical term for that is. It's kind of like is that a oronym? I think it might be a oronym, maybe. That might be the word for it. Kind of like when you say ice cream, but I scream, kind of. No, that's different. I guess that would just be a homonym. I guess that'll just be a homonym. Yeah, that might just be a homonym or a homophone. One of those. I'll get back to you on that. But yeah, flourish.
it's time that we get what we promised. Voices played my mind when I appeared to be calmest.
Uh-huh.
But if y'all don't think I'm us alive and the dearly departed and I'm the most lyrically flawless, then you're not seriously honest. But see, that's cool. Y'all gonna make your own theories regardless. I just know these tracks hit different after hearing me on it. The rap game's losing its light. It adheres to the homage. So this verse is just some light work to add tears to the wattage.
So that was a light one in there. So I just really like that scheme. It's time that we get what we promised. This is speaking about me returning because you know, way in the back in the beginning when I first started doing this journey with music, I was like, yo, we're gonna go for it. And this is my return. So I'm like, no, I think it's time that we get what we promised. Voices plagued my mind when I appeared to be calmest. Like if you meet me in real life, I mean, this is still me. This is pretty much how I am all the time. But I'm really a happy person. Things don't really get me down easily. It's just a state of being like that's just how I am. But those voices that I heard in my head during that time when I was making music of you can only make this kind of music, only make that kind of music. What if they don't like this? What if you don't like that? Those used to like plague my mind all the time and it like messed with how I was creating music. So that's what I'm referring to. There's like voices plague my mind when I appeared to be calmest. But if you don't think I'm most alive and the dearly departed, that I'm the most lyrically flawless, then you're not seriously honest. But see, that's cool. Y'all gonna make your own theories regardless. I just know these tracks hit different after hearing me on it. The rap game's losing its light. It adheres to the Amish. For those that don't know, Amish people don't have like electricity and stuff. You know, they don't use like modern technology. So it was just a light bar on, you know. I was like, what I say? The rap game's losing its light. It adheres to the Amish. So this verse is just some light work to add tears to the wattage. So yeah, this verse is bringing it back. You know what I'm saying?
What's merely a garment to this infinity gauntlet? Spit 2 years in the office, still to appear to be novice. And I apologize if I don't appear to be modest, but when you astonish those that astonish, you ain't really astonished. But come here if you brolic.
All right, so what I say, what's merely a garment? What's merely a garment to this infinity gauntlet? So I'm making a comparison between like regular stuff and what I'm doing. Spent 2 years in the office, still too ill to be novice. And I apologize if I don't appear to be modest, but when you astonish those that astonish, you're not really astonished. Um, so basically, you have people who astonish people. So let's say somebody like Crooked Eye. Crooked Eye is a legend. You know, he's somebody who has the kind of talent that everybody champions. And I'm one of the people who's been fortunate enough to get my flowers and get co-signed from somebody like a Crooked Eye or a Royce da 5'9" or Graf, or even by like Malcolm Jamal Warner before he passed away, rest in peace. These are people who like gave me my flowers for what I was doing. And it's like I'm astonishing people that are known for astonishing people. You know what I mean? So it's like when you're when you astonish people that are known for astonishing people, then you don't easily get astonished by people. That's I think that's the most that I said the word astonished in the sentence before. But yeah, but when you astonish those that astonish, you're not really astonished. But come here if you brolic.
Really astonished. But come here if you brother. I mean, who want a hard combo? Who want a box Drago? Okay, you say your homie's a beast when I'm twice the animal like Noah's Ark cargo. Boy, I'm stoic smart. My flow is artist, stone and carved marble. Cost I had this much drive. My soul and heart's are overcharged cardinal. Pick a foe apart. The smoking dark charcoal.
Okay, so I'm gonna slow it down because there's a lot there. What he say? Come here if you brolic. Who want a hard combo? Who want a box Drago? Okay, you say your homie's a beast. Well, I'm twice the animal like Noah's Ark cargo. So, for those who know biblically, Noah's Ark, he put two of each animal. So, if you're saying your homie's a beast, I'm twice that. I'm twice the animal. And they put two of each animal on the boat. Like Noah's Ark cargo. I'm stoic smart. My flow is art. It's stone and carved marble. It costs to have this much drive. My soul and heart's are overcharged car note. So I'm saying that like the kind of drive and ambition and passion that I have, like it's gonna cost you to get to this level. You know what I mean? Um, so it's like yeah, it costs to have this much drive. My soul and heart's are overcharged car note because if it's overcharged car note, then you got to pay a lot just to be able to drive. Um, let me see. Let me see. So I still can't comprehend. That's all right. Without writing, especially. So look, believe it or not, I don't write anymore. I haven't written I haven't written in a while now. Um, because like here's the thing, it's not all right, and this is what I want people to understand. So Wayne does this, Jay-Z does this, Crooked does this. I've been doing this for a while now. And it, just view it as writing in your head. That's pretty much what you're doing. You're writing in your head. Because I actually developed this skill unintentionally. Because I used to work at a warehouse, and if anybody has worked in a warehouse, like you're around a bunch of machinery and stuff like that. And we couldn't have headphones on and stuff because it was a safety hazard. OSHA rules, you can get hit by something. They don't want to pay for that if somebody gets hurt, all that kind of stuff. So you couldn't listen to music or nothing. And I was working third shift. So I had to work overnight with like no entertainment or nothing to keep me up but the work. But I still wanted to rap. So I would write verses in my head and literally I would just come up with the line and then just remember that line and then come up with the next line and then remember that line and then come up with the next line. The first song I did that with was the song Evil. Am I evil? Because every verse is lyrical. Um, so like, I wish Parks was here. Like Parks, that's on the Joe Budden podcast, the white dude that's on Joe Budden podcast. He was the one that was in the studio that day that recorded my session of the song Evil. And I wish he was here to tell you, but I just literally rapped that whole song straight through because it was a song that I just had in my head the entire song. That was the first song I ever did that to. So we just did, he just pushed play. I did the verse, I did the hook, I did the next verse, I did the hook. And he was like, does it sound good? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we're done. Um, so it's more doable than people think. And like you said, it's like an organized freestyle pretty much. Absolutely. So if you have good memory, and just remember like how the lines interconnect, then you can write in your head too. You know what I mean? Um, I still think that there are benefits to people that do write though. I think like it sounds cool to be able to say, oh yeah, I can write in my head, but I think everybody just needs to find a strategy that works for them. So if I'm trying to organize things a certain way, sometimes it'll help for me to just be able to see it. Um, or like if I know that something's gonna be like super multi heavy, like there's levels to multi. So like something like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, that's not something that I wrote in my head. I actually wrote that down. Because that required like a different level of organization. I mean, maybe I could do it now. I'm sure I could probably do it now, but sometimes like why make it harder if you don't have to? You know what I mean? Why make it harder if you don't have to? All right, let me see. I can't remember where we were. Let me see where we were.
I don't think these Neanderthals that's trying to get a stoner spark dome is sharp enough to have these Tony Stark combos. Nah. Matter of fact, I'll do that bar different. Both of them lit up a cave, but there's a stark difference. Y'all listen.
Okay, yeah. So on that part, I said, I don't think these Neanderthals that are trying to get a stone to sparks dome is sharp enough to have these Tony Stark convos. So we're just talking about like levels, right? Usually when you think Neanderthals, you think caveman, you think primitive technology, primitive thinking. When you think about Tony Stark, you think about, the most advanced technology you can possibly think of. That's what he's known for. So it's like, I don't think these people, whoever that might refer to, a hit dog or holler, that are at that level are ready to have conversations at the level that I'm having them at. And then after that, I said, nah, but I'll do that bar different. Both of them lit up a cave, but there's a stark difference. So Neanderthals are known for what? Living in caves, and usually you see a picture of them with a fire. So they're lighting up the cave, right? But then how did Iron Man come to be? He created the core and all of the and the whole he created the machine and the Iron Man suit in the cave. They both lit up a cave, but what's the difference? Stark was the difference, but it's a stark difference. Like there's a stark difference between me and you, but then that goes back to Tony Stark. You know what I mean? So it's just like taking the bar and then reinterpreting the bar and repackaging it in a different way. Um, Let me see.
This stark difference. Y'all listen. Let me tell you something that's nonfiction. Saw love get used as a tool and it was heart wrenching. See, that's
Yeah, let me there's a stark difference. Y'all listen, let me tell you something that's nonfiction. Saw love get used as a tool and it was heart wrenching. So a wrench obviously is a tool. And then love, we usually associate love with the heart. And I've seen love get weaponized, right? I've seen love get used as a tool and it was heart wrenching. So love, tool, heart wrench. So it's taking those two ideas and connecting them into a statement that we all know. Um
used as a tool and it was heart wrenching. See, that's something that I learned on the ground. When you're determined to rise, they all say the nerve of this guy. They want to burn you alive. But wait until you seize your moment. They'll forget things were shaky. Then they'll turn to your side. Words to the wise.
Okay, so this whole section is really just about being careful of the people that you call your homies, and be careful of the people who act like they're on your side. Some people stay close enough to you to where they don't aid in your journey, but they're still close enough to where when you make it, you can't say they were never there. You know what I mean? So that they can still kind of benefit from the grind, you know what I mean? Or you may have some people who in the beginning may have thought your ideas were crazy or didn't see the value in what you were doing, and then later when it starts to work, it's like, I believed in you the whole time, you know what I mean? I know people that operate like that, personally and in other situations that I've seen other people in. And so what I was saying here is that I was like, that's something that I learned on the ground. When you're determined to rise, they'll all say the nerve of this guy. They want to burn you alive. But wait until you seize your moment. They'll forget things were shaky, then they'll turn to your side. So seize your moment I'm also saying the word seizure, right? Seize your moment. They'll forget things were shaky, right? In a seizure, you shake. But also once you make it, they'll forget that you guys had tension. They'll forget that there was beef there. And then they'll turn to your side, right? And people, you may not know this, but this is something that you should know. Typically, if somebody has a seizure, what they want you to do is to turn the person to their side. I believe it's to like prevent them from choking and that they can still breathe and all of those kind of things. So, seizure, shaky, but to help with a seizure, you want to turn somebody to their side. But also, when you seize your moment, they'll forget things were shaky, like forget that y'all had beef, and then they'll turn to your side, like they'll act like they were team you the whole time. You know what I mean? So yeah, just a parallel. Um,
Words to the wise. Cause till you in that water, you don't know the cracking. Gotta stay 10 toes and be on go for when that moment happens. First you call the phone and they say no, and then this bro was cracking. When you start a goal, you're all alone with just your flow and passion. Had to build a motor around my home and had to motor grass. It's way too many bros that's really foes that's doing cobra actions. Many have a soul and they get sold and now they owe the taxes. Plenty take this road and need a toll, but I'm the total package, flow immaculate.
all right, so this is just continuing that scheme of talking about just being careful of the people that you call your friends, your family, your supporters. Just make sure whoever's in your circle wants the best for you. Because he said, I said he as if I'm not talking about myself. Y'all bear with me. What they say, turn to your side. Words to the wise, because till you're in that water, you don't know the cracking. You got to stay 10 toes and be on go for when that moment happens. First, you call their phone and they say no, and then it's bro, what's cracking. When you start a goal, you're all alone with just your flow and passion. I had to build a moat around my home and had to mow the grass. It's way too many bros that's really foes that's doing Cobra actions. Many have a soul, then it gets sold, and now they owe the taxes. Plenty take this road and need a toll, but I'm the total package. So it's just saying, watch out for those people. There's a lot of people that claim they're your fam, claim that they're your friends, and they're really not. Um, and then I put many take this road and need a tow, but I'm the total package. So when a car gets totaled, I came back to straight. Yeah, I'm going through the freestyle, bro, the high of life freestyle. So when a car gets crashed, to the point that it can't drive anymore, it gets totaled, right? Like the car's totaled. But I'm saying many take this road and need a tow, but I'm the total package. Like so I don't have that problem because I have everything that I need to persist and despite, you know, people taking this same road and being totaled and can't move anymore. Like I'm the total package. Like, let me see. Difference between a pro and practice. Difference between Ronin tactics and yoga classes. I'm too nice to be this nice, so I'm noble acting. Stroll Damascus with my polo jacket in a toga fashion. Okay, so that was just fun to rhyme. I'm not gonna lie. So when I says I was like, flow immaculate, difference between a pro and practice, difference between Ronin tactics and yoga classes. I'm too nice to be this nice, so I'm noble acting. Stroll Damascus with my polo jacket in a toga fashion. So start acting bougie. Like, for those who don't know, like usually when you think about like royalty or something like that, or godlike or something like that, you might think like togas, you think like Caesar. You know the way, you know how they used to have like the sats, the little crossbody, togas and stuff like that. So it's like I should stroll Damascus, that's biblical. Um, with my polo jacket in a toga fashion, like, yeah, like I should start acting bougie on y'all, man. I should. That's not me though. That's not. I wouldn't. Don't get my words mixed up. This is Yoda rapping. My Cedo stay preserved, grandma sofa plastic. What you ink is soda black and the print tone lacking. Look, I do what I do just to keep the culture active. All right, so what as I say, flow immaculate difference in pro practice. Nice one. Scroll Damascus from a polo jacket and toga fashion. Don't get my words mixed up. This is Yoda rapping. Yoda, when he talks, he mixes up his words. But don't get my words mixed up. Don't get my words mixed up. This is Yoda rapping. My seat'll stay preserved. Grandma sofa plastic. If you old enough, I don't know if y'all had one of those grandmas, but I definitely had that grandma that wrapped her furniture up in plastic. If you sat on the couch, you was gonna hear and all that. You know what I mean? They wanted to keep the furniture fresh. You know what I mean? But I'm saying my seat, where I sit as a rapper, my spot in the culture is something that's gonna be forever maintained. Plastic to this day. You feel me? So I'm saying that my seat will stay preserved. Like nobody can take my spot. You know what I mean? Grandma sofa plastic. What you ink is sort of black and the print toner lacking. I don't know if y'all use this term, but like when somebody says like blacking, like you blacking out right now, like you're going crazy. Like Crooked I just blacked out on that beat, or like LeBron James went in that game and just blacked out on everybody. Like he's blacking right now. Like it's just a term to say like, yo, you just went crazy. So I'm saying that these rappers are sort of blacking. The print tone is lacking because when you have a printer and the toner is low, it ain't blacking all the way. You feel what I'm saying? It's faded a little bit. So I'm saying you guys are sort of blacking. The print toner lacking. I do what I do just to keep the culture active. Let me see. Do what I do just to keep the culture active because I don't witness pain in a lower fiscal range. I understand my mom now, but as a little kid complained I couldn't see the whole picture, only saw in half. Magician stage, grew up without rights, now I'm against the grain, whips and chains. But that's probably my favorite sequence out of this thing, because I don't witnessed pain in a lower fiscal range. For those that don't know what that is, fiscal like refers to like finances pretty much. Like we were in like a lower income bracket. I just find really complicated ways to say very simple shit sometimes because it fits the scheme better. Um, so yeah, I witnessed pain in a lower fiscal range. I understand my mom now, but as a little kid complained. I couldn't see the whole picture. I only saw in half, magician stage. Grew up without rice, now I'm against the grain. So like if you ever watch a performance on stage like a magician, you know, like the classic, they'll saw the lady in half. I'm saying like because I was a kid, I couldn't see the magnitude of everything that she was doing and what she was dealing with. I was a kid. Um, I only saw half of it. You know what I mean? I only saw in halves. Like that's the only way I could see it because I was a child. I couldn't see the whole picture. I only saw in half magician stage. Grew up without rice. Now I'm against the grain. So, we grew up without rice. Now I'm against the grain, rice. Basically saying like now that I'm older, I'm going against it. And making everything that I want to happen. And I understand my mom now because I'm older and I'm mature. Like I understand her now when I didn't before. Against the grain, whips and chains, but it's a different thing because we changed it now. We went from whips and chains to whips and chains. That's our favorite style. We're famous now. Your shine's dependent on who you hang around. Don't take a L because those that want to weigh you down. Okay. I haven't seen anybody. I think Mickey Fax is the only one that pointed something out here. So I said whips and chains, but it's a different thing because we changed it now. We went from whips and chains to whips and chains. That's our favorite style. So obviously I'm talking about like the plight of the African American people is we went from whips and chains because whips, chains, but now whips and chains, you know what I mean? Like jewelry and cars. Like we went from whips and chains to whips and chains. So same words, completely different meaning, right? That's our favorite style. We famous now. Your shine's dependent on who you hang around, but that's also like a scheme. Your shine is dependent on who you hang around because a necklace has a pendant dependent who you hang around. A necklace hangs around and they shine. But I'm also telling you that how much you shine is going to be based on the company that you keep. And I enforce that with the next line because I say your shine's dependent on who you hang around. Don't take a LB cause the people that want to weigh you down, right? Weight is measured in what? Pounds. How do you write pound? LB, right? Don't take a LB cause the people that want to weigh you down, right? So, yep, exactly. LB. So, yeah, don't take a LB cause those that want to weigh you down. So it's just talking about it's just this theme of like, yo, stay away from those people, bro. Like pay attention to the environments that make you feel more like you and stay away from the environments that make you feel less like you. I promise you your life will become so much easier if you just follow that advice right there. I'm not a guru or anything like that. It's just real. Like pay attention to where you don't feel like yourself at, man. Like for real. Mickey Fax blew my mind with that A song where he didn't use any A. Absolutely. And I appreciate you taking time out of your day to literally explain the bars. No other rapper does that, so I appreciate you, bro. Thank you. Hey, no problem, man. I definitely it. I'm glad I'm here too, man. I'm glad I'm here too. Like I know this seems like easy, but it took some talking for me too. Not because I'm like shy or anything like that, but I overthink a lot, bro. I overthink a lot. Like I'll overthink and say, man, I want my music to have meaning and power and purpose behind it. And it seems like all of the people who make the biggest impact don't make themselves that accessible. So maybe I shouldn't. But I love talking to people in real life. So why not just talk to people in real life? But how do I make sure they still appreciate the music? And then I just say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just see what happens. Let me just do what feels right for me. And I love talking to people. So we all appreciate this breakdown big time. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for sitting in here and listening to me talk for this long. um, man, what books do you read? That's kind of hard to answer. So I don't read. Okay, I read a lot, but I don't read books a lot. So I'm the kind of person that when I want to know something, I go specifically search and read about that thing, right? So whether that be philosophy, religion, something in science, um, You know, whether it's something political, whether it's something geographical, whether it's some like scientific advancement. Like, I'm the kind of person that'll be like, why did Adam and Eve have belly buttons? You know what I mean? Like, and then I'll look it up. Or like, why is this the heart shaped if we all know that an actual heart doesn't look like that? Why is it like that? If we know that it doesn't look like that, why do we accept this as the shape for a heart? If we've cut people open and know that that's not what it looks like. I'm that kind of person. So when I ask questions like that, I'll just go look it up and I'll read and go down a deep rabbit hole. I'm the kind of person, like, if I don't know about something, you just won't hear me say anything. But if I am talking about it, it's probably because I know a whole lot about it. Because I don't want to be ill informed on the stuff that I want to talk about. But when I was reading some of the books that I would that I would say that were really helpful for me, I really love The Alchemist a lot, and I really love The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That was a really good book. Most of these are like self-help books. The most recent fictional book that I read is a book called Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing was actually pretty good. It's about like dragons and stuff like that. Yo, Red Wolf, my guy. So I love how you broke down, we should learn words for the sounds and not just to try to get smarter. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think knowledge is better when you have some kind of utility for it. Like, that's a perfect segue into this. Because Mickey Fax just did a video saying, is using a thesaurus cheating in rap? And early on, when I was taking lyricism seriously, I went to a thesaurus. And here's the reason why. Because one, remember what we talked about increasing your vocab, not to just become smarter, but to increase the number of sounds you have access to. But a thesaurus helps facilitate that in a way where you're not just learning random vocabulary, right? You're using vocabulary that you already would have used. You're just using a more advanced word for that. You feel what I'm saying? So it makes it immediately applicable. So like, and this is something that I'm going to talk about in the book. And this is something I learned from my teacher in high school. She made us come up with this list called a instead of blank, say blank. And basically, if you can put the word very in front of it or a little in front of it, there's just a whole word for that, right? There's a whole world for it. So, perfect example. If you can say very painful, there's a word for it. Excruciating. Very funny, there's a word for it. Hilarious. Very beautiful, there's a word for it. Gorgeous. You see what I mean? Like, you could put very in front of it, there's a word. And it also works the other way around. If you put a little, you know what I mean? Then, you know, very scary, no, very ugly, hideous, right? So things like that. So that's an easy way to help increase your vocab. Literally, no one learns homonyms without using a thesaurus or studying relative words, phrases, rhymes, or however is a big no. Yeah. So look, I mean, okay, I'm gonna give you guys another cheat code, and this is coming straight from my book, and I'm only doing it because it's just a little bit of y'all in here. Um, I don't think people realize this. Everything that you are trying to do in rap, you already do when you're not rapping, right? This is what I mean. When we do regular everyday speech, we already do double entendres. That's what, like, if you ever heard anybody tell a "that's what she said" joke, that's a double entendre. That is an innuendo. Innuendo. That's what that is. Like, my brother was helping me move to this place from another place, and we picked something up, and then he was like, "Dang, this is bigger than I thought." And I'm like, "That's what she says," right? The only reason why that's funny is because we get both meanings. That's a double entendre. Has nothing to do with rap. Right now, what I'm doing with y'all is freestyling, right? Because I didn't sit down and write everything that you guys were gonna, every potential response I would give to what people would comment before today. Every single day you have a conversation with somebody, you're freestyling. Same thing we're trying to do in rap. We're just doing it away from rap, right? Have you ever had an argument with somebody and you bring up an example and say, "It's like you're not listening to me. You know, it's almost like when in Star Wars such and such does this and they listen to Yoda and Yoda says this and they don't." That's a punchline. That's a bar. That's an analogy. That's a metaphor. Like, we're doing these things without rapping already. The only thing that makes what we're doing in everyday speech different than the rapping part is that we add one new condition. It has to rhyme. So when we add the condition that it has to rhyme, we now have to be creative and careful with the words that we use so that we can accomplish the same goal that we would in everyday speech, but within the confines of it has to rhyme and still make it make sense. But we're already doing it. You're already freestyling, you're already doing double entendres, you already understand punchlines. All punchlines are just corny dad jokes, right? Hey, why did the bike stop working? I don't know, because it was too tired. That's a punchline. If somebody in battle rap put that together in a certain time, it's like my lines are too fire. I'm about to have both guns singing like a few choirs. You're gonna be just like a bike, not working. Dude was too tired. Whatever. Now it's a battle rap bar, right? Just because of the delivery. You know what I mean? Um, but we already do these things in everyday speech. You know what I mean? We're just adding the new restraint, the new rule. It has to rhyme. So now you have to try to accomplish that goal by being more creative. I hope that makes sense. Um, but yeah, we already do that. You know what I mean? Let me keep going. We're gonna keep going. For those that are just coming in, we're breaking down my High Off Life freestyle.
Because it's people that undied and ain't never made it. Peace. I feel like the culture is too separated. Peace. We'd rather say F you than take pointers, and we can't close the gap, but we give a thumbs up to you. The peace is
All right, so this is a bar that makes a lot more sense if you see the visual. So I said, because there's people that have died and ain't never made it. Peace, right? So like rest in peace to the people that have died, that never made it. Peace. I feel like the culture is too separated. Peace. So the peace sign is two fingers that are separated, and I feel like the culture is too separated, right? I feel like the culture is too separated. Peace. We rather say F you than take pointers, and we can't close the gap, but we give a thumbs up to use the peace, right? So I said the culture's too separated. Peace. We rather say F you because the peace sign is made up of the middle finger and the index finger, also called the pointer finger, right? So we rather say F you than take pointers, and we can't close the gap, but we give the thumbs up to use the peace. So I'm rapping, but I'm changing the peace sign into the peace sign, like a gun, right? And I'm explaining kind of like the condition that we find ourselves in. It's like, um, you know, like people don't want to take advice, they don't want to hear what others have to say, but in that same breath we condone violence, you know what I mean? And it's like it's hard to close that gap because of the fact that we're willing to condone this in spite of promoting this. You know what I mean? So it's just play on the word peace. So we got peace, peace. We rather say F you than take pointers, and we can't close the gap, but we give the thumbs up, like we okay it to the peace. And that's why like the violence perpetuates. Um, let me see.
flame around, trying to eat a man alive. Field tested, fill around with lead like it's standardized. You could beg them not to take the shot, like you camera shot, they drawn, you vandalized, clean body sanitized. That's
So I'm talking about how violence is just pushed forward. It's like it's glamorized. You brought that line alive. Like I already knew, but that demonstration made it even better. Appreciate you, homie. Appreciate you, man. And I'm just talking about how the violence is pushed forward so much. So I said it's glamorized. They're trying to eat a man alive. Field tested, fill around with lead like it's standardized. So if you from the area that I'm from, you had to bubble in circles when you took tests, right? CRCT, stuff like that. That was called standardized testing. And you literally filled around on the test with lead. But with the gun, you're filling around with lead just because you feel tested. You see what I'm saying? So it's like our go-to is to try to kill somebody. So it's like you feel tested, you feel around with lead like it's standardized. You can beg them not to take the shot like you camera shy. They draw on you, vandalize, clean body, sanitize. So for somebody that's camera shy, they don't want to be in a picture. Like you try to take a picture of them, they're going to tell you, no, I don't want to be in a picture. Get that camera away from me. So what I'm saying is that you can beg them not to take the shot like you camera shy. Like you can beg and plead for your life. Like don't take the shot, don't kill me. Like you camera shot, they'll still draw on you, vandalize. For those that don't know what vandalism is when you draw on something like graffiti, paint. But you can also draw a gun. They'll still draw on you, vandalize, clean body, sanitize. Obviously sanitize, makes you clean.
that's why I'm careful when I'm planning out these plan of mine. They spend 1,000 on a shirt. I'm focused on the grand design. Getting caught in the canonized has been canonized, but now it's time to push the envelope like I don't plan to tie.
So then, what I say, clean body sanitize. That's why I'm careful when I'm planning out these plans of mine. They spend 1,000 on a shirt. I'm focused on the grand design. So I'm focused on the grand design, like I'm focused on the bigger picture. And they're spending 1,000 on a shirt. But grand design also sounds like grand design, as in a design that costs $1,000. So it's just a play on the word. So it's like they spent 1,000 on a shirt. I'm focused on the grand design. So they're spending a grand on a design. I'm focused on the grand design, like a design that you would spend $1,000 on. So it's a play on the words. A grand design. Getting caught in the canonized has been canonized, right? So it's become like a habit for people to record everything instead of actually like being involved. You know what I mean? It's like being caught in the canonized has been getting caught in the canonized has been canonized. But now it's time to push the envelope like I don't plan to tithe. So I don't know if y'all went to church growing up, but in my church, they used to when it was time for tithe and offering, they would pass the collection plate around and they would have an envelope that they would give to everybody. And you're supposed to put money in the envelope and then put it inside of the collection plate. You know what I mean? It was just a way of people not seeing how much money you're putting in, stuff like that. But I said it's time to push the envelope. Like with music, I'm trying to push the envelope forward. But I'm saying I'm trying to push the envelope like I don't plan to tithe. Because if the plate gets to you and you push the envelope, you're like, nah, go to them. You're not tithing that day. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to push the envelope. Like push the envelope. You know what I mean? So why were you gone for so long, bro? We need more of this. I got you, bro. I got you, bro. I'll break that down. We almost threw the freestyle. I got you.
Edgar Allan Poe when I challenge foes. Emmanuel Kant, the man's a savant. Wait, nah, I'm Nikola Tesla with minimum effort, giving a lecture on why I'm so advanced on my thoughts. Yo, Mike, see, one day when I'm placed on a throne and my name will get known and they engrave it in stone, I don't want to be compared to M or equated to Hove. I don't care about HOV. I'm in a lane of my own. I'm dangerous, bro.
Okay, so this is one of those lines that I'm surprised nobody's actually said before, or at least I haven't heard. So I said, on one day when I'm placed on a throne and my name will get known and they engrave it in stone, I don't want to be compared to M, like Eminem, compared to M or equated to Hove. I don't care about HOV. I'm in a lane of my own. So we know that HOV, that's the lane that but HOV spells out the word Hove. So like as in like Jay-Z. So it's like I want to be known for being me. Like I hear people all the time saying, "You sound like Crooked Eye. You sound like Royce the 5'9". You can tell Eminem influenced his style." And I have no problem with people saying you could tell he's influenced by somebody, but I want to carve my own lane to where what I do isn't always attached to somebody else. It's like, oh, he's the black Eminem. No, I'm the Justin Freeman. Now I mean, oh, it's another Royce the 5'9". No, I'm Justin Freeman and I'm actually 6'2". You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't want to be compared to M or equated to Hove. I don't care about HOV. I'm in a lane of my own. I'm dangerous, bro. Dang, I ain't even play that part yet. Let go.
I make it because I say that it's so. I'm over cadence and flow, language control. Rest in peace, my brother Jason. Let it play for my bro. Yeah, let the beat play for my bro, Freeman.
Yeah, so I wanted to leave the end of the freestyle open for my brother. So remember, I started the whole song with saying, "Rest in peace to my big brother Jay Smooth," and then that last part of the beat, in my mind, is like leaving that part of the verse open for him to rap. You know what I mean? To get his bars in, because if he was here, that's definitely what he would do. You know, it's funny. He might hear this freestyle, might have heard this freestyle and looked at me and been like, "Man, you doing all them big ass words and shit, man, all that complicated shit, man. I understand it, but they ain't gonna understand it." Like that was him all day, you know what I mean? So I just, I'm gonna let that beat play out. I know y'all can't hear it, but it's still no. Yeah.
Let's go.
Yes, sir. So we let that beat play out, and then that's the freestyle, man. That's the freestyle. Like I might do some depending on how this video comes out, because I have no idea how the audio quality is gonna be. I might like clip some of this and put some on Instagram and stuff like that. Because I'm terrible at posting, y'all. I know I'm awful at posting. I'm trying to get better at that. I keep on thinking that everything I post has to be literally perfect. So I'll get it right. I'll get it right. I'll learn, y'all. I'll learn. But I saw somebody asked about how can you see who's in here? Yeah, I don't know how to use YouTube Live at all, bro. This is like a whole new world for me. But somebody asked me, all right, when are you coming to South Africa? Um, I actually don't know, man, but that's definitely on my list of places that I really, really want to go. Like I really, really want to go. Um, so hopefully soon, because like my goal this year is to give you guys more music, give you guys consistency. Um, and then I want to start doing more shows. Like I've never like it's crazy. I've been doing music for a long time, but I don't feel like I've been doing it like for a long time. You know what I mean? I feel like I spent a lot of that time focusing on my craft and being strategic, but I never really got into a bag where it's like, boom, I'm gonna perform here, I'm gonna set up a tour, I'm gonna engage this way and engage that way. Like maybe the closest I was to that was in like 2017, 2018, but that's almost like 10 years ago now. So it's like I've only been in like a studio outside of my studio where somebody else recorded me maybe like 5 times. Like that shit still feels weird to me. You know what I mean? I've only performed like a handful of times. I've never gone on tour or anything like that. So I really want to. I really want to put my best foot forward and see how far this can like actually go. Like for real. I think like that's what I want. I wanna push this as far as I possibly can and have no regrets when this shit is over. Like that's really my mindset right now. So like the videos, the music, the content, the doing shows, the traveling, the whatever it is, like I wanna the songwriting, the penmanship, the I wanna see. I think it's worth seeing how far I can get it to go. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's never too late as long as you're willing to get up and do it. You know what I mean? And you still have the opportunity to get up and do it, and I still have the opportunity. Um, let me see. Okay, so why were you gone for so long, bro? We need more of this. Really, it's for two reasons. So one reason is I'm the kind of person that gets obsessive about things. It's a blessing. I think it's a good thing because like if I say I'm going to do something, I literally dive headfirst into that thing. I want to learn everything I can about it, how it works, how it functions, how to make it grow, how to make it scale. What don't I know? Who do I need to talk to? Who's better than me at it? I'm one of those kind of people, right? But the thing is that I can't be that way about multiple things because one's gonna suffer. It goes back to that whole quote of like you'll be um good, like you'll be damn, what did they say? You'll be good at many, but a master of none. You know, like I will be good at both of them, but I won't be great at any of them. So I do stuff outside of music, you know what I mean? So tumbling, I have my own sports league. I created my own sports league back in 2020. And we host events every year. We just did one in Raleigh. We're doing another one here in Atlanta. And basically just think of UFC, but replace the fighters, but with people that flip really, really good. It's a concept I've never seen done before. And it's the only sport that I ever cared about growing up. But building a league where you're like paying people to compete and travel and having to worry about like a crowd and attendance and it has like so many moving parts to it and it's like being an entrepreneur outside of music and doing music just I was too spread thin mentally like it's just too much work to like one's gonna suffer and I felt like at the time where I was in music it might have been good to take a break as well. Now the bigger reason why I took the break was like I was explaining before. Music started feeling like a chore, man. Like it really did. Like I felt like I was making the music that I felt like I was supposed to make rather than the music that I wanted to make. And like I try to explain to people all the time, I grew up off of influences outside of hip hop. You know what I mean? I grew up off of like I was the kid that played all the Guitar Hero games. You know what I mean? I still got Guitar Hero. Guitar Hero 3 is probably one of the greatest games ever outside of Kingdom Hearts. Um, and I grew up listening to pretty much every genre of music. Like I used to sit in the back of my mom's car listening to Nickelback and My Chemical Romance and so many other groups, you know what I mean? Like I can drive from here to California and back without playing an ounce of hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's been like that since I was a kid. But I think that the space that I was in when I started getting some notoriety is when I was just really in my rapper bag. Like I found out about battle rap that year. I found out about Slaughterhouse that year. Eminem and Slaughterhouse did the Shady 2.0 cipher. I was in such a lyrical murderer bag. I fully leaned into that shit. I was like, yo, mumble rappers are whack. If they don't rap like this, they're trash. I started rapping on every instrumental. And don't get me wrong, I'm still proud of my lyricism. I don't regret any of that. But I feel like I leaned into that so much. It it made who my identity as an artist seem like it was an opposition to the other parts of me. And I felt like I couldn't make the music I really wanted to make. I found myself when it came to making the singing records or the melodic songs or like songs that genuinely felt authentic to me, where I felt like I was creating an experience. It felt like, yeah, this is the music that I want to make that feels fun to make, but I can't release it. And I just felt less of myself as an artist, man. So I had to figure that out. And I'm at a space now where it's just instead of Taco Bell, bro, I'm Walmart, bro. I'm Walmart. There's sometimes where I walk into Walmart and I go straight to the electronics section. There's sometimes I need cookies, there's sometimes I need some deodorant. But the last thing Walmart is gonna do is say, you know what? That guy just walked in and he just bought a bag of hot Cheetos. Yeah, maybe we should stop selling baby stuff. No, we're gonna keep that there for the people who are here to buy baby stuff. And we're gonna keep the tire stuff over there for the people who are here to get tires. And we're gonna keep the you get what I'm saying. So don't get me wrong, I'm gonna just make sure everything that I make is gonna be authentic to who I am. That doesn't mean that you guys are about to start getting rock music and shit. Like I love rock music, but I know what I am, I know what I'm not. And I just want to make sure that whatever I release feels 100% authentic to who I am and what I want to express. And who that resonates with, it resonates with, and who it doesn't, it doesn't. And it took me a while to get to this conclusion because I was so caught up in this mindset that me thinking like the way I'm thinking now would have been a betrayal to the base that I've been building. So it took a long time. Um, so that's why I've been on a hiatus. I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan too. Nah, bro. See, look, here's the thing, man. I know that Kingdom Hearts has a lot of fans, but I never meet these people in real life. And when I meet them in real life, they're always like casual fans. Like they played the first game, second game, maybe glanced at the third. But like me, you don't understand. Like I'm a fan, bro. Like you, like that whole tapestry right there is a Kingdom Hearts thing. I got a Kingdom Hearts light. I got a whole dang, what is it called? Well, display. I'll just say display. I got a whole display thing right here for like Kingdom Hearts Funko Pop and stuff like that. Um, I grew up on BBD and Ralph. So, yeah, Michael Jackson. Facts. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, nothing to do with hip hop. Would you work with Mad Squabbles? Yeah, absolutely. I would work with Mad Squabbles. Mad Squabbles is dope, man. So like anytime that I'm in like a rapper bag, I'll be more than happy to work with another lyricist. You know what I mean? Said I got collectible booklets and shit. Oh, okay. All right, Francis. Okay. Okay, you cool, bro. You cool. You cool. Okay, if you got booklets and shit, like, bro, like I'm telling you, Kingdom Hearts is like my shit, bro. Um, dang, bro. Yeah, I got some manga up there. I got some pops up there too. I got like this heartless thing. Like I got a lot of stuff, bro. I love Kingdom Hearts so much, man. I even got see look, this how you know I'm a crazy Kingdom Hearts fan. So I'm gonna show you this one thing real quick. If Regina's still in here, she knows what I'm talking about. This is probably the craziest shit I have. Let me see. So there is a Kingdom Hearts game called Kingdom Hearts Coded, not Recoded. Recoded is the one that came out on console. There was one called Recoded that only came out on the Japanese phone. I have the Japanese phone that has coded on it. Not the whole thing, of course, but like the demo that you can play. You know what I mean? This is probably like the best collectible that I have from Kingdom Hearts. You know what I mean? So yeah, this is a Japanese phone. I mean, I don't know if y'all can see like the characters and stuff on it, but Yeah, but it's like a flip phone. I forgot how you flip it though. Hey, Regina, don't make fun of my phone, bro. Bro, how do you flip it? Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, yeah, you can flip it this way. Yeah, you can flip it that way. Yeah, and it has Kingdom Hearts coded on it. And that's like the only way that you can experience the original game before the re-release. So this is one of my prized possessions right here. And then I have like this comic that only came out in Spain. It's like a collab that they did. But yeah, I'm a huge, huge Kingdom Hearts fan. Um, yeah, I got a Keyblade, I got signed stuff. Yeah, man. So but yeah, but that's why I was on a hiatus. I love Kingdom Hearts. Dang, I've been in here for over an hour. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna probably stay on for like another 5 minutes just to get like a few questions. I guess like some questions that you guys may have for me. What kind of stuff do you guys are looking forward to? How's your year been going? You know. Okay, Lorenzo Grant. Yeah, man. Thank you so much for hopping in here, bro. Thank you so much for being here, man. I'm here to answer any questions that you might have, bro. I'm really looking forward to that book when you drop. Oh yeah, me too, man. I'm looking forward to it too. I don't know what process we will have to go through to get in something like that published or anything, but I want to make sure that I protect it and all of those kind of things. And I'm actually working on the store now because I want to get some more Superhumans merch out. So that way, I can rock all of the merch. I mean, this is a One Piece hat. I love One Piece, but I want to rock more of my own merch and have some stuff for you guys too. Like I have some really unique ideas for what I want to do with the future content and stuff that's coming out. Um I know Wordsmith dropped a book explaining one of his albums. That's actually a fire concept. That's so dope. But I want to do like physical copies, I want to do posters, I want to do vinyls, I want to do merch. I want to do like sheets. So like there's certain songs where like if I do write, um, like I may like include like the printouts of like the handwritten sheets of like the songs that I've like written, and I'll send those out along with the albums and the vinyls and stuff. And I want to do signed stuff. So yeah, man. We'll talk about that. All right, homie. I love you. But you know what? Here's a question I've been wanting to ask y'all. All right. So like what Okay, so I can't see myself or my music or my brand from like your perspective. So like from your perspective, what kind of I don't know, I guess what kind of feeling does my music or my brand or I don't know, what does listening to Justin Freeman music or engaging with superhumans or stuff, what does that feel like and look like from y'all's perspective? Um Because I swear some people think that I'm just a guy who sits crisscross applesauce in a dark room and conjure motis, and I don't do anything but eat alphabet soup to get new words. Um, but I'm always curious of how it feels from y'all, and I want y'all to be real. Like don't like don't fake it. Like be real. Like if I come across bougie as hell, like I don't want to talk to nobody, you can say that. I hope that's not the case. Um. What's your favorite anime? Probably Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter is probably the my favorite one, but I can't put it as my favorite one of all time because it hasn't ended yet. So right now, One Piece is probably my favorite. The Wolverine game looks dope. It does. Super gory, but the fight choreography is incredible. I feel surreal first. Stopping, stopping your tracks. I appreciate that, Francis. I appreciate that, Roland. I appreciate that a lot, bro. Okay. Okay. I was curious, bro. I was like, See, this is what my overthinking does. I could have sworn. Let me see. Michelle, yeah, Paul. Okay, that it might not be on this side. It might be on some other side. Um, Yo, Neo of the Sun. I greatly appreciate that, man. Like, I think the biggest thing that I want is to just be able to create a balance between, like, on one end, I want to be like one of the greatest rappers ever. Like, I want to be in those conversations because I love the challenge. But on the other end, I really just want to create an experience. Like my favorite artist, like probably one of my favorite artists of all time is John Bellion. I don't know if you guys know who John Bellion is, but he just has such a way of making such intentional and genuine music. And I've always liked that about his music, and I want to be able to do that too. It's just I like lyricism as well. So I want to be respected for the art that I make away from the lyricism, but I also want to be respected for the lyricism when it's time. No, do you ever think about doing like a fun rap, like maybe not so, bar for bar, but something that's still catchy? Or you know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I have, bro. I have. But see, I told you, I just overthink so much, bro. I just overthink so much. But you guys might get more fun stuff nowadays. I actually just did a collab with an artist that's from Korea. So look, that's a fun track. That was fun. So you guys should get like you guys will get more styles, more cadences, and things like that. You know what I mean? I just saw him live in Colorado. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna go see him when he goes to LA. I think he goes to LA in August. Like I just be buying tickets. I don't even know the date for real. But yeah, I saw him in New York. Was that earlier this year? No, no, that was last year. I saw him in New York last year, and I'm gonna go see him again. Anytime he goes on tour, I'm gonna go see him. Like I love John Bellion, bro. Yo, 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 good evening to everyone here. Dr. Trooper. So look, y'all, I thank you guys so much for chiming in and being here. But expect to see me a whole lot more, man. Like I'm back. Told you I'm gonna stop being bougie in Hollywood and making it seem like I'm too good to talk to people. And I'm definitely gonna have like more music coming your way. Um, you know, it's professing just this day, like you have a feel you and complex and you need the parts. Yeah, thank you so much, man. Like that seriously means like a whole lot. Like damn. Yeah. Shit. Wow, man. No, I man, that means the world, man. That means the world. Well, look, man, y'all have me. Y'all have me, man. So I'm actually about to get into some stuff now. And yeah, man, if there's anybody in here who doesn't follow me on Instagram, you can follow me at I'm Justin Freeman. Something happened with my Facebook page, which is why it doesn't get as much as tick activity as everything else. So I'm trying to figure that out now, but they have the worst customer service on the planet. And TikTok is a new platform that I'm starting to get used to some more, but you guys will see me a whole lot more, man. And just know that like if you're in this live and you stuck around and asked questions and stuff, like I greatly appreciate you more than you'll ever know. So look, I love you guys. Make good choices. And just remember that every single day that you wake up is another day that you get to try the shit all over again. And as long as you can keep doing that, you can make anything that you want to happen. So I love y'all, man. Superhumans for life, man.